From the very first time we were at the National Tractor Pulling Championships, we immediately could tell there was a lot of stories that were not being told.
And I appreciate that.
That was the first thing that we noticed, is the amount of teams involved, the different classes. To the different personalities on those teams, to what they do outside of pulling. We always try to bring new ideas, not only to the event in BG, but new ideas to the entire sport of truck and tractor pulling, the way that the sport shows itself to the world. We're always trying to evolve that and make it better, with the goal of bringing more people to the sport, new fans. That's really the original catalyst that was the beginnings of Behind the Hook.
Behind the Hook, stories from the National Tractor Pulling Championships.
I kind of liked those behind-the-scenes shows like Deadliest Catch or Dirty Jobs.
In terms of inspiration, one of the shows that originally gave us the idea that this might be something that we can apply to the sport is Hard Knocks, which is a show that's kind of a behind-the-scenes look at NFL training camp. Then Drive to Survive came out, and that really gave us some, proof in the pudding, as it were, to show the board, like, here's our concept that we've been telling you about, now applied to an actual motorsport.
Kind of brainstorming the idea here in the office, and how are we going to present this to the board as a series, and we need to name this thing. When you're at the tractor pulls, they always tout how many hooks they had that weekend. Everyone talks about, where do you hook, or what number do you hook? So I feel like hook had to be in it, and since it was going to be a behind the scenes, naturally Behind the Hook.
The members of the Northwest Ohio Tractor Pullers, promoters of the National Tractor Pulling Championships presented by Maxim Tire, are known all over the world as the Blue Shirts. At first, we didn't feel we had the resources to be able to do something like that. Behind the Hook is not an inexpensive thing to do, and we looked at it, what better advertising to get people to want to come to our event is to show what it is and how it happens. It's really neat to see that all of these people are doing tractor pulling, but they also have a whole other life outside of tractor pulling. It puts more of who these people really are versus just seeing them at the track.
The way it works with team selection is we kind of give the board some general criteria that we would like them to consider when looking at teams.
At our board of director meeting, it's a line item agenda for the meeting, and I literally go, okay, who do we want to look at to be one of our next teams? And names are thrown out. Hey, just wanted to make a quick phone call to thank you for agreeing to be one of our Behind the Hook teams this year.
Absolutely.
At first it was hard, you had to talk them into doing it. The first season, you kind of had to convince them. Now it's like you walk up and go, hey, we'd like you to do this, and oh yeah, I want to be part of this. People are asking, who's going to be next? What is our criteria? I was at the Farm Machinery Show poll, had some people going, hey, have you ever thought about doing this team? We also look at the story. Is there something unique about a certain team?
I always get very excited to learn the teams. It's like a treat every year. And I go and I research all the teams, what tractor they have, and where they're from, what they do for a living, which job or what am I going to be filming these people doing.
These are some of the hardest workers you will ever meet. And it's not just pulling trucks and tractors, it's their day-to-day lives too. Their hands are always dirty, they always have something going on, but it's not just about them, it's about their families, their communities, and their teams.
They're forever going to have this video that when their kids are older, if they have this really cool story that's captured for them. I don't know, I just think of it as like a gift to these pullers of a memory that wouldn't otherwise be captured.
The worst thing about this, how do you ever top this? How do you do it? Like, how do we get better than this? And he goes, you don't. This is the best.
I also look at it, we have sponsors. We have a title sponsor came in and said, we want to be part of your event. Getting that out, they can see what we do, seeing their name, seeing other sponsors, having that out there It just shows the vastness of the entire event.
So in terms of Behind the Hook as a project, this is a huge project for our team. It's pretty much a year-round project. As soon as we finish the season, we're already getting started on pre-production for the next season.
Behind the Hook, Season 3. Stories from the National Tractor Pulling Championships.
Thank you so much for watching Season 3. Season 4 of Behind the Hook starts now.